A rookie cop thought he was taking down a threat until two black SUVs rolled up and changed his life forever. Before we get into what happened next, hit subscribe if you stand for justice and drop a comment letting us know where you're watching from. Let's see how far the truth can reach. It started with a body slammed against a brick wall, broad daylight, downtown, and too many cameras to hide behind. Rookie cop Ethan Carter thought he'd just cornered a threat. What he didn't know? That so-called suspect was Marcus King, a Navy SEAL with more medals than Carter had years on the force, and a direct line to the top. Carter's voice boomed over the noise of the street. "Hands where I can see them, tough guy. Empty your pockets." He was loud, cocky, drunk on his badge, but Marcus didn't flinch. Calm eyes, steady breath. "Officer," he said evenly, "what's your probable cause?" No answer, just force. The cuffs snapped. The crowd stirred. A young woman, early 20s, caught it all on video. "He didn't do anything," she called out, her voice shaking but defiant. Carter's partner, Officer Davis, glanced around, nerves surfacing. "Ethan, protocol says verbal warning first," he murmured. But Carter just raised his voice. "Protocol? I am protocol today." That's when the phones went up, one by one. All pointed at him. Marcus didn't raise his voice. He didn't plead. He simply said, "Call Naval Command, San Diego. Ask for Rear Admiral Brooks." Carter laughed in his face. "Right, and I'm the president." But Marcus's smartwatch had already done the talking. 7 miles away, alarms pierced through the secure halls of Naval Special Warfare Command. One of their own, SEAL Asset 05, was in distress. Admiral Brooks didn't hesitate. Priority Alpha, deploy back on Broad Street. Carter had Marcus pinned harder against the wall. Blood ran from his lip. "Still want to play war hero?" Carter jeered. Marcus looked him dead in the eye. "You just volunteered to be court-martialed, son." Then came the roar of engines. 2 matte black SUVs skidded to a stop. 4 Navy MPs burst out, led by Captain Ramirez. Her words were sharp enough to slice through the crowd. "San Diego Naval Police, release Senior Chief Petty Officer Marcus King." Now. Everything changed in that second. Carter's jaw twitched. "Senior? Chief?" Marcus stood taller despite the cuffs. "Told you to make one phone call." An MP tech plugged Carter's body cam into a tablet. Seconds later, video playback splashed across the SUV's side. There it was, the chokehold, the unnecessary force, the pure aggression, overlaid with live footage from cell phones in the crowd. Captain Ramirez didn't raise her voice. "Officer Ethan Carter, you are under arrest for assault and violation of federal civil rights statutes." As the cuffs locked around his own wrists, the silence hit harder than any cheer could. Within the hour, the internet exploded. SEAL Justice trended to over 2 million in 40 minutes. TikToks, reels, headlines, duets with Marcus's voice, calm even while bleeding. "You fight for respect abroad. Sometimes you must demand it at home." The courtroom was standing room only. Flashbulbs, reporters, and a jury that didn't blink. "He assaulted a war hero," the prosecutor said. "A man who's rescued hostages on 3 continents." The judge didn't take long. "Guilty on all counts." Carter crumpled in his chair. "His partner Davis," he testified, for the prosecution, and broke down while doing it. That week, the mayor signed the King Act into law, mandating body cam transparency and de-escalation training across the entire department. Marcus didn't vanish into the shadows. He showed up in local gyms, coaching teens in self-defense, preaching one message: real strength protects. It doesn't humiliate. Now they chant it back to him: protect and uplift. And in one quiet moment, as the sun dipped behind the pier, Marcus stood alone in his dress whites, staring toward the horizon. His voice, soft but resolute, carried over the waves. "You earn respect out there, but sometimes you've got to fight for it right here." If that hit you where it hurts, And where it heals, drop a comment that says, "Respect the uniform." Share this. Let the world remember, power doesn't come from the badge. It comes from what you do with it.